What is up everyone, Movie Wayne back again with another Movie Talk Weekly. This might quite well be the biggest Movie Talk Weekly I have ever done. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so over the weekend, a little known company called Disney, you might have heard of them, done a lot of announcements about upcoming projects, series, movies, whatnot, coming to the streaming servers and to cinemas, and it was a lot to take in. There were a ton of announcements here, done it in rapid succession, kind of like E3, you know, where it's just one title after the other, but for Disney. So it was a lot to take in, it was, and there was some exciting stuff coming, especially if you're a Marvel, Star Wars, or Disney fan in general. There's a lot here, you know, that's coming in the next year, 2, 3 years. So I think, look, Disney have put a ton of money into this. They're confident that their streaming service is going to grow. And I predicted to a friend just a couple of weeks ago, before this even happened, that I feel like Disney are going to be the biggest streaming service out there in a few years, because the sky's the limit for them. They've got so many, they own Marvel, they own Star Wars, they've got Pixar, and now they've introduced, 20th Century Fox and stuff. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of stuff they've got on their hands, and fair enough, they've invested into it. So I'm going to do the Movie Talk Weekly a little bit different here today. I'm just going to do this in one take, because I wrote down a ton of stuff here, and I just think it'll be nicer if I just reel it off, give my quick thoughts, and not spend too much time on each title. Now, I haven't wrote everything down, but I wrote about 85% of it, I feel. Stuff that interested me, worth looking out for. So I'm only going to give my quick thoughts on what I think. And you know what, I haven't even practiced this is just off the cuff. I watched it all, I wrote everything down that interested me, and I'm just going to give my off the cuff thoughts here right now. So let's just get into the first thing that Disney announced, and that was 10 Marvel shows are coming and 10 Star Wars shows. So, sorry if I do keep looking down there. 10 Marvel shows, 10 Star Wars shows, 50 Disney and Disney Pixar studio shows. Now that is a hell of a lot. So if you like The Mandalorian, or any of the Marvel shows that you see on Netflix and stuff, you're going to get some of the same type of style shows here. Now they did announce some of the shows down the line, which I will get to, but that is a hell of a lot. Especially if you're a Star Wars or Marvel fan, there's a lot there for you in the future, I believe. Now, next up, they did announce an adult version of Disney Plus that's coming. So, where you have the Star Wars tab, the Marvel tab, you got the National Geographic tab, and Disney Studios tab. I forgot the other one, but the next one is going to be Star. So there's going to be 6 tiles there to pick from, and this is going to be, movies that are sort of towards adults. So you got Die Hard in there, The Aliens, I think these are all 20th Century Fox movies that these own. And, they got the Kingsman and stuff like that. They didn't show too much of what was coming, but I think this is a massive bonus for Disney, because it's not a streaming service that's just intended for family now. It's intended for everyone. So this was a genius idea. They had to do this. I've heard a few people say they should do this a while ago. So they've listened to some of the fans, I believe, on social media and stuff, and they've gone with it. But they had to, didn't they? I mean, there's no point owning it, Fox, if you're not gonna put it to good use, basically. So next up, we had 4 more seasons of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is coming as well. I think this is coming to Star. I'm not sure, but sorry if I do get a few things wrong here. It was a lot to take in. I do try and get all my info accurate, but 4 more seasons of It's Always Funny in Philadelphia, and I think this is going to make it the longest running live action sitcom now, I believe, but don't quote me on that. I've never actually seen it. I've heard it's really, really funny. Danny DeVito is quite funny in everything I see him in, so this would be one that interests me. I don't know if I can sit there though for 18 seasons of it, because there's so much I want to watch. But if you're a fan of that show, 4 more seasons. Next was probably one of my favourite pieces of news, and this is going to be an Alien TV show that is based on Earth and has the same horror as Alien and has the action of aliens. So it's going to try and incorporate them two films into one and have it on Earth, and it's a TV series which could be good, I believe, because I wasn't a big fan of Alien Covenant and Prometheus. However, Ridley Scott is still on board with this to give his guidance, and I don't know if he's producing it or something, but what is a big plus for me is Noah Hawley, who I think he's written Fargo, the TV series. He brought that to our screens, is on board to sort of head this show, and you know, he's gonna be the main focus of this show. And if he can do what he done with Fargo to this, it'll be absolutely amazing, because Fargo is the most underrated TV show ever. Honestly, if you've never seen it, you need to watch it. It's absolutely amazing. So glad he's on board for that. That would be great, and gives me a lot of confidence. Now, I don't know about Ridley Scott. I mean, he brought Alien. It was fantastic at the time. Still is now. Still one of the best films ever made. I just feel like he lost his way with the franchise a little bit with Covenant and Prometheus. But I know some people do like them films. However, I'm in the other half of people, the other 50% who don't like it. So next up, we handed over to the CEO of Star Wars, who's in charge of Star Wars and stuff. And we got 2 new shows announced straight away. I think there was more actually, but one of them is Rangers of the New Republic, and the other one is Ashoka. I hope I'm saying that correctly, sorry. I do like me Star Wars. I'm not a massive fan like a lot of people. The Mandalorian is probably my favourite thing from the Star Wars universe, but these are going to be set in the Mandalorian timeline, so yeah, maybe it'll introduce the Mandalorian into these shows or something, I don't know. But Star Wars fans have a lot to be excited about, because this was the one that looked really good to me. This was called Andor, and this is a Star Wars show that it's kind of a spy show where I forgot the main actor's name. I'm really sorry, but he's gonna be like secret agent type character in the Star Wars universe. He's like a spy for whoever he's working for. I'm not. My Star Wars knowledge isn't anything amazing. I do apologise, but that one looked really good. That was the one that probably interested me more than anything. They looked like they were in production quite a bit there, and I think it done a little featurette on, you know, all the cast and crew with all the, you know, what goes on behind the scenes and that. I think it was that one. Yes, it was. And then we got another Obi-Wan Kenobi series. So this is going to be a series based on Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I think it's gonna have Hayden Christensen, who played Anakin in Revenge of the Sith, and he's gonna go up against Obi-Wan Kenobi again. I think that's what it was. And then they said about the success of the Clone Wars, and they're gonna introduce another animated series called The Bad Batch, which looked kind of good actually from the trailer. Don't know if I'll be rushing into that one, but I know there's a lot of people who love the Clone Wars and stuff and will like another animated Star Wars series. Then we got Lando. I think this was another series. I'm not too sure. Yes, I think it was. And we also got The Acolyte. Now, listen to me, Star Wars fans. I'm not massively intelligent with Star Wars, but the ones that stood out for me were Andor, definitely, and, you know, the Obi-Wan Kenobi series sounded really good. So yeah, next up we got more from Lucasfilms, and that was Willow 2022. It's going to start shooting in March in Wales. Now, I've spoke about Willow a few times on my channel, and I love the movie. I think it's a great film, and a TV series will be good. Warwick Davis is on board, and Kaylee Spaney from the new Craft movie. I thought she was great in that. She's also on board. So this will be interesting. Definitely up for this one. And it's a good idea for the series, I feel. It's going to echo the movie. Some of the characters are going to echo the movie's characters. So it'll be the same type of journey with similar characters. Then we got another Indiana Jones movie announced. There was rumours of this. I spoke about it in one of my very first movie talk videos, and James Mangold is going to be the director of this. Now, he made Ford vs Ferrari, of course. Brilliant film, excellently, really well made film, brilliantly directed by him. So I've got no problem with him doing this new Indiana Jones movie. They didn't say what it was called, it just looked like it was called Indiana Jones. Harrison Ford is back, of course, and I won't hold my breath, but I do have faith in it if James Mangold is on board to direct that. Then we got I think this is a movie, I'm not too sure, Children of Blood and Bone, and this is based on a best-selling novel. So that's coming. I don't know if it's a movie or a TV series. I do apologise. I've never heard of the novel, to be honest, but Disney picking up a best-selling novel there. They're not soft, are they? Let's be honest. Then we got an announcement for a new Star Wars movie from Taika Waititi. I don't know if it's going to be part of a new trilogy or just a standalone film, but Taika Waititi, I think he's writing this as well. After seeing Jojo Rabbit, I'd like to see any movie that he makes, because the guy is pretty much a genius. That film is absolutely brilliant. So, all on board for that one. That should be a great film, though. Next up, we got another Star Wars movie. Now, this one sounded really good, and it's called Rogue Squadron, and it's coming in 2023 for Xmas. Now, I know that sounds a long time off, but what can you do? But this is going to be a high-flying thrill ride, so I do feel like it's going to be mainly focusing on, battles in space and stuff with, Rogue Squad, obviously, I can't explain the word, but, spacecrafts fighting each other, basically. And that could be really, really good. It looks like it's a little side movie set in the Star Wars universe, kind of like Solo and the other damn movie, Rogue One. Looks like it's going to be a standalone Star Wars movie, so that will be really, really good. I feel good idea. Next up, they announced a ton of stuff about the National Geographic, some stuff coming to that. There was quite a few series, but the one that stood out to me was Will Smith. Will Smith going into the dangerous parts of Earth, and he's going into volcanoes that haven't erupted and stuff, and it looked really good. It looked brilliant cinematography and stuff, and Will Smith looked like he was really up for it and enjoying himself while being scared at the same time. So I've never really explored the National Geographic tile on Disney Plus, but after seeing some of these programs, it did actually interest me, and it looks like something I could kick back to and really enjoy some of these TV shows here. So, but the one that stood out to me there was Will Smith going to the dangers of Earth, and there was another one there with Chris Hemsworth, who obviously Captain America, and he is doing another show where he pushes the human body to its strengths, and really tries to get the best out of the human body and trains it to fight disease and stuff. So I don't know if that one's going to quite work out, but it looked quite interesting. And Chris Hemsworth, who is a superstar, a superhero, he's in physical condition, looks like he's pushed to the boundaries here. Okay, he's not a literal superhero, but you know what I mean. He is in peak condition, and he looks like he's pushed to the limit here, and he does look like he's fearing for his life at times. So them two really did stand out. Next up, we got some Disney Plus originals. Now, one of the first one they showed was The Mighty Ducks, a new movie reboot starring the guy out the original movie. Forgot his name, I'm really sorry. Should have wrote that one down. But I've never seen The Mighty Ducks. However, I've always wanted to watch it because I know a few of my friends when they were younger really liked this film. I think there's two of them. But there's a reboot coming, and it looked kind of good. I thought it looked like it had a lot of charm. So yeah, it's The Mighty Ducks Game Changers, that one's called. And we got another Turner and Hooch movie. It's not going to be starring Tom Hanks, but I think it might be a reboot. I think. But that's another movie I've never really seen. Next up, we got a Beauty and the Beast prequel series. Now, Beauty and the Beast is massive, especially, it's got a younger generation from the animation one, and it's got a new generation from the movie that came out in 2016, which I thought was pretty amazing, that live action movie. But a prequel series is kind of a no-brainer for Disney Plus. I don't know how it's going to work, but we'll have to wait and see. I don't know if it's going to focus on Belle or the Beast or whatever, because there was kind of an origin story with the Beast, wasn't it, in Beauty and the Beast? He was like an evil king or whatever, so, or an evil prince. So that could be interesting. Next up, one of my favourite announcements was Hocus Pocus 2. Big fan of the original movie. I think this is a massive seller for Disney Plus. There'll be so many people interested in this. I know people my age who love it, people who are younger than me who love it. My mum loves it. So it's just a movie that everyone's going to watch. And if they release that on Halloween, it'll definitely be the most watched thing on Disney Plus in October, for sure. They did hint that it was going to be an October release, but I don't think it's going to be next year. It'll probably be the year after, but I don't know. Who knows? It's just with the pandemic has really slowed everything down. But near the time, I think I might go and revisit Hocus Pocus and review that one on the channel. And of course the second one. Then we got a 3 Men and a Baby movie coming, and it's just going to star Zac Efron. I've seen the show a couple of times, but a movie, kind of interesting, I feel. Then we got a Cheaper by the Dozen reboot. I have seen the first one a long time ago. I believe there's 2 of them. I don't know if Steve Martin's going to be involved in it, but I think they talked about a multicultural family in this one, so I think it'll go with a new cast. Then we got an Ice Age side story movie. Never seen the Ice Age films, but I know there's a lot of people who are fans of them, and it's going to focus on one of the side characters, I believe, but it's not a full-blown sequel. It's like a side story film, so that could be good. Then they announced something about Night at the Museum, and I thought, oh, they're going to make a new one of these, but it's an animated film. And I feel like they were talking like they can go pretty much over the top and do anything they want in this animated movie. Maybe they've seen the success of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and thought they can get something along those lines. I don't know, but it could be the way to go, because we have had 3 movies with Ben still in now. Maybe something different is needed, so that could be good. Next up, we got, I don't know if these are more theatre announcements, I believe, but one of them is called Jungle Cruise, and this looks like a really fun adventure film starring Dwayne Johnson and Emily Blunt. Kind of look like Indiana Jones, but obviously it's slightly different. It's an adventure film in a jungle. Look, it said it was going to contain a lot of comedy and stuff, so that could be fun. Dwayne Johnson movies are always good, aren't they? By the way, in the midst of all this, they announced like this new studio they've got, where the actors don't have to imagine the surroundings, because they have this big studio where it just puts that, like if they want to film in a desert or something, they can just put a desert in this room and the actors won't have to imagine it, because they can see everything. It looks like they're actually in a desert, and there's like 3 of these studios they've got now, and they're putting one in London soon. It looked like a really futuristic way of filmmaking, and I thought it was pretty damn clever. And it's like they've acted on this pandemic slowing things down, so they've gone, no, we're going to do it this way then, and this won't stop us from filming anymore. So I thought that was a really clever idea. It looked futuristic. I forgot to mention that, by the way. They announced that earlier on, but that Jungle movie with Dwayne Johnson just reminded me of that. Next up, we got a Lion King prequel, I believe. Yes, this is a new Lion King movie, and it's a prequel, so I think it's gonna, I can't remember Simba's dad's name, but I think it probably will focus on him. I can't believe I forgot that. Sorry about that. Next up, we got announcements of the Little Mermaid. Always like the animated movie, so I'm up for the live action one. Could be good. I know we got talk of this ages ago, but I feel like this one might be closer than most, to be honest. Next up, we got a Pinocchio. They announced Pinocchio with Robert Zemeckis is on board to direct this. Now, I always thought it was going to be Guillermo del Toro directing this, but they must have changed the directors or something, unless he's producing. And I'm pretty sure it said Tom Hanks is going to be like starring in this, so he must be doing the voice of Pinocchio or something. which is great. So Tom Hanks knows how to do voice work. We all know Woody from Toy Story. And so they announced a Peter Pan and Wendy movie. I'm not really a big fan of Peter Pan, but I thought I'd write it down because I know there's been so many takes on this character and so many stories out there. I think Jude Law is going to be Captain Hook in this. I think I announced that on a Movie Talk Weekly a while ago, but Peter Pan and Wendy is happening. Then we got an Enchanted sequel starring Amy Adams, is it? Is it Amy Adams? I think that she was the star. Enchanted, a sequel coming as well, so if you like that one, you got a sequel coming. Sister Act 3. Never actually seen the Sister Act, but Whoopi Goldberg is returning to Sister Act and a third movie is coming out, so that could be good. And this one was one I didn't really see coming, and this is going to be a movie about Cruella de Vil, and it's just called Cruella. I'm pretty sure they said Emma Stone is starring in this as Cruella. It's also got Emma Thompson in there, but it's going to focus in the 70s in London and have like a punk rock style vibe going for it. So that one I thought was one to watch. I thought that would be quite good actually. Could be she's an interesting villain. She's one of the cruelest villains in Disney, isn't she? Let's be honest. So Emma Stone could do a good job there, and I'm looking forward to that one. That was one of the ones that I just didn't see coming. Nearly there, guys. Not long now. Now, next up we got a Pixar and Disney Animation Studios releases, and the first one we got was Big Hero 6, the series. Now, I've never seen this film, but I'm sure it was, I think it won Oscars for Best Animated Film or something. But when I watched this trailer, it kind of made, well, they were announcing like this new little device that he's got to go and help people at it. And it kind of made me want to watch the movie, so that could be a good series. Next up we got a Zootopia series, and it's going to be a collection of short films based on some of the side characters from the movie that we didn't quite get to know. But one of them is going to be the Sloth, and it's going to be done in TV show style format. So it's going to be like the Sloth has his own show, and that episode will concentrate on the Sloth show. And that could be good. I did like Zootopia. I thought it was a really underrated movie, actually. And then we got another film called Encanto, or I think it was Encanto, and this is going to be the 60th feature film from Disney, I believe. And this has got about a magical family in Colombia, and they're going to be using the same music from the guy who done the Moana music. So it's looked like it had the same vibe as Coco a little bit, but yeah, a new introduction to a new movie, Encanto. So then we got a new trailer for Soul, which is coming up on Christmas Day, and I thought this trailer looked really good. It made me more interested in the film, to be honest, and shows a lot of Jamie Foxx's character teaching his music class, and they're all laughing at this young girl who carries on playing, and he's going, no, that's a good thing, she got lost in the music and stuff. And it just looks like it has a lot of heart, and I feel like this could be a quiet masterpiece, who knows. And then we announced Pixar Popcorn, which is going to be a load of short movies coming to Disney Plus about characters from Pixar, basically. Just short movies involving characters from Pixar movies. Then we got Doug, the series. Now, Doug is the dog from Up, and he's getting his own series on Disney Plus, so that could be really fun. He's got like a device in him where you can hear him talk, basically, and he's got loads of puppies and stuff in there, so that could be good. And we got a Cars series coming as well. That makes sense to me, actually, because the movies have kind of lost their way, some people believe. So I think a Cars series to continue them characters probably will be the best way to go. And then we got Win or Lose, a new original series. Now this looked kind of good, actually. It's about these two people who were making this. They always went into meetings with people, and one of them would always think it went really well, and the other one would always think it went really bad. So they sort of used to discuss it and say why it went bad and why the other one thought it went really good, and they turned it into their own show. So it's going to be like a lot of ups and downs between this baseball team, I think, but that is called Win or Lose. It's a softball team. I don't know the difference between that and baseball. I'm really sorry. Maybe there is no difference. And then we got another new Pixar movie called Luca, coming in June 2021, I believe. Didn't say too much about it. It was just called Luca. And we got another one called Turning Red, with about a young girl who's like 12 years old, and she's trying to figure herself out, but she turns into this, like, I think it was a teddy bear or something, when I can't quite remember. And the last one we got was, I think this is a movie, and it's called Lightyear, and this is going to have Chris Evans voicing Buzz Lightyear. Yes, not Tim. I'm forgetting a lot of things today. There's just so much to take in. The guy from Santa Claus, the movie, who does Buzz's voice. Tim Allen, is it? Oh, I'm really sorry, I forgot. But Chris Evans is going to be playing the original Buzz Lightyear. So all these Buzz Lightyears that are, the Buzz Lightyear toy that is in Toy Story was based on a guy called Buzz Lightyear who had his own TV series, I believe. And it's going to focus on the original Buzz Lightyear. So, and finally onto Marvel. Now, we did get another trailer for WandaVision, which I feel looks pretty weird, in all honesty. I'm not sure it's going to be my cup of tea, but it looks like an American sitcom with superheroes in, and it's going to... Yeah, it kind of looks like the Truman Show. Like, they don't know they're in a sitcom. That's the vibe I got from it anyway, but it kind of looked weird. But a lot of people are excited for this. This is coming on January 15th to Disney+. So, yeah, it's all like black and white, and then it goes to colour and stuff. Looks really weird. Next up, we got Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, and it said it's going to tie into the Spider-Man 3 movie, which is coming in 2021. Spider-Man 3 is actually coming first. But I feel like this is the next step for Marvel. They're going to do a big multiverse thing by the look of things and incorporate lots of Marvel movies into one from the past and future. That's what I feel anyway, and they're going to use Doctor Strange to do this, or use this as a gateway. That's just my personal opinion. I think that's how it'll play out. But I wasn't a big fan of the first Doctor Strange film. I'm not going to lie. I think he's my least favourite Marvel superhero. But Rachel McAdams in this film, who I'm a big fan of, so that's a plus. We also get the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. They're going to be teaming up for a new movie, and I don't know if it was a series or a movie, actually. Don't quote me on that. I'm sure it might have been a few movies or a series. I can't quite remember. I'm not going to lie. We are getting a Loki series as well, which, of course, is Thor's brother. And he's going to be getting his own series. I believe it's going to centre around solving a mystery or something. Like I said, it was a lot to take in and try and understand in one big gulp of a movie news this. But I do apologise if I'm getting anything wrong here. But we are also getting a What If Marvel animated series. And this is going to focus on if Tony Stark's armour gets into the wrong hands and what could happen, which is an interesting take, really, but I don't know if that's going to be high on my list or not. We're also getting Captain Marvel 2, Brie Larson is returning for a sequel. So, Captain Marvel, not the greatest Marvel movie, but I always thought she was going to get a sequel anyway, but that is happening. We also got more news on the Eternals and the Hawkeye movie. There's just so much coming from Marvel, there really is. The list is pretty much the limit. The sky is pretty much the limit for Marvel and Disney, isn't it? I mean, it makes so much money, and they're just not going to stop at Endgame. As we are nearing the last page now of all the stuff I wrote down for Marvel, and I talked about this in my movie news not long ago, and that is the She-Hulk TV series. Tim Roth is going to be on board for this, and Mark Ruffalo is also involved, so it's going to involve the Hulk as well. And this looks kind of good, you know. They didn't show too much, but I think this could be a good little series, you know, something interesting. We also got a new movie announced called Moon Knight, which I think it's going to focus on the Egyptian culture. I believe. I think anyway. Then we got Secret Invasion. I don't know if this is a series. I think it is on Disney Plus. Samuel L. Jackson going to reprise in his role as he does in the Marvel films. We're also getting another. I think this is a movie called Ironheart. Yeah, it's Armor Wars is another one. And sorry, this this is the one where they get hold of Tony Stark's armor. It's not What If. I do apologise. I got them mixed up. But Armor Wars is going to be the one. Is if Tony Stark's armor gets in the wrong hands, and that's going to be Don Cheadle in that as Jim Rhodes. So sorry, I did get them mixed up. I can't remember what the What If series is now, to be honest. There was just so much. We're also getting an I Am Groot short, a short series of movies involving Groot. And we're also getting Thor: Love and Thunder with Christian Bale, who I announced a few weeks ago, or I brought you the news, sorry, that he's going to be an unnamed villain in that. And he is definitely going to be in this as the villain for Thor: Love and Thunder. Filmed in January, Taika Waititi is on board to direct this. And we are also getting a Black Panther 2. But they also did announce a lot of stuff to do with ESPN and stuff. And then they announced a lot of stuff, the profits and where they expect to be in a few years. And they did, in fact, say they're going to rise the price of Disney Plus. I think it's going to go up €2, which is probably going to be £2 here, I believe. It's going up $1 in America, but I don't have no problem with that. It's cheap right now anyway. I think it's only $5.99 a month, which is really cheap. There's some great content on there already. So I've got no problem with that. I will continue my subscription, and I can't wait to see all this stuff that they've got in store in future. So that is it for the Movie Talk Weekly. There's my thoughts on Disney Plus and the future it holds. I do believe this will be the biggest streaming service in a couple of years' time, by far. And you know what? They can kind of keep all their content on there. It's not like Netflix, where Netflix, do a few contracts with a few movies and say, oh, let's put your movie on our streaming service for 3 months. I believe Disney can just leave it all on there if they want, because they own it all. So it's going to be jam-packed, it really is. Unless I'm wrong about that, but there's going to be a hell of a lot to watch. And I'm kind of scared as a reviewer to miss out on any of it. I'm going to try and review as much as possible in the future. Next year is going to be pretty big for movies if we get back to normal. Hopefully we do. But all this as well to come. I'm just so excited for it all. And is there anything you're looking forward to? If you want to leave it in the comments, I will get back to you all, I promise. Sorry this Movie Talk Weekly was kind of different and all done in one take, but this is just the way I wanted to do it. I thought it'd be nice to just reel it off, because sometimes I just feel like watching videos in one take is better anyway. So yeah, let me know what you think. If you want to subscribe, it's up to yourself. Lots more videos coming. I try and do this Movie Talk Weekly every week. And hopefully there'll be a lot more to talk about next week, but not too much. But hopefully there will be enough for a video. I'm sure there will be. And yeah, there you go. Let me know in the comments and I will get back to you all, I promise. Take it all easy, guys. I'll see you all next video.